Mountains in Minecraft are infamously bland. From boring and hard to navigate landscapes to generally no unique content, the mountain biome is desperately due for an update. Fortunately, that time has come. Soon after the 1.16 update, currently in development, mountains will finally get the developer spotlight. That being said, my name is SystemZ, and what if mountains had more mobs in Minecraft? Before we get started, a large portion of my viewers are currently unsubscribed. So if you like what you see and you enjoy my videos, consider subscribing. It's completely free and you'll even be notified whenever I upload a video. Alright, without further ado, let's get right on into it. Before we check out any custom mob ideas, we're actually going to take a moment to look at a confirmed mod that will 100% be added to Minecraft. This, of course, is the Mountainous Goat, a mob that was revealed during the biome vote of 2019, where mountains were chosen to be updated. In the video, teasing all of the updates that could come to this biome, the goats were actually revealed. Unfortunately, we have not really gotten much more information as to what they'll look like or how they'll behave beyond that video. So I've taken it upon myself to use my team to create a great example of what a goat might look like. Now, I've got to give a huge shout out to Nico, who recently joined my team and is assisting me with assets and models for these videos. He created this really nice model and texturing of a goat, and honestly, I think this is a great representation of how it may look when it's added to the game. Now, the reason I started this video off with this mob is because, truth be told, I don't really know exactly why this would be implemented. A lot of people in my community suggested goat milk or goat cheese or various items like that, but I have a hard time imagining what that might look like in the game. So let me know in the comments down below what you think the goat might bring to Minecraft and why it should be added to the game. Now, one feature that I think would be very cool is if it were actually a helpful farm mob that actually helped you round up sheep or various other farm animals. I think it would be very cool to start introducing animals that have uses as far as assisting the game in different aspects of the game. But that being said, that is the goat, a confirmed mob. Let's take a look at a couple of mobs that haven't been confirmed but would be a great addition to mountains in Minecraft. Next up, we have got our first custom mob of the video, and I am especially proud of this one because I came up with the idea all on my own. I even modeled this thing, which is something you probably know I'm not the best at, but I think I did a good job. Shout out to my friend Ducity for actually developing it as well so we can see this in action. This is the Snow Palm, a very custom, exclusive mob for the mountain biomes. Now, as you can see, if we walk up to this thing, it actually jumps out of the ground and starts shooting snowballs at us. It's very, very mean when you get in its personal space. Now, the reason I think this would be incredibly fun is because it's not a traditional animal. A lot of people make suggestions for mobs that should be in the game, and they tend to suggest mobs or animals from real life. I think this is unique because, well, it's original, and it's something that would fit very well into Minecraft. Now, the way this would work is it essentially would spawn as a plant in ground. However, you could kind of see a little bit of its head underneath the snow. Now, whenever you sneak past it, it will not attack you, but if you just kind of walk in its personal space, it is not going to like it, as you can see here. Now we kind of back up there. What you can do is attack it, and it will actually drop the plant and fall to the ground as a normal snow block, which then of course you can easily attack it. It will drop the berry, which is edible and can be placed as a decoration, where essentially you see the plant just on the ground. I think this is a very fun and unique mob. We don't really have any mobs like this in the game, and that's what I like. I'd like to see more original and unique ideas like the Phantom, for example, and the Piglin and the Hoglin added to Minecraft, as opposed to just animals from real life. That being said, that is the Snow Palm, and it would also probably bring food, maybe a snow plum or something of the sorts. But that being said, let me know what you think of this mob down in the comments below. Next up, we are once again finding ourselves in the Minecraft Marketplace add-on, Animals by Everbloom Studios over in Bedrock Edition. I really recommend you check this one out. It's got tons of awesome animals that I've shown in a lot of my videos, and I definitely think you'll enjoy it. That being said, the next mob that I think should spawn not just in mountains, but really in a couple of different biomes. I think this mob would be great for the lower plains level of the mountains, as opposed to the very steep peaks of the mountains. And that is, of course, just a normal bear. This is something I have personally said a ton of times in my videos. In fact, I was a little weary about including it in this video because obviously you have seen this before. But it still holds true that I think this would be a great mob for the mountain biome. I do not believe that the mountain biome could be updated without adding a bear. We currently have panda bears and polar bears in the game, so adding even more would just add along to that set of bears. Now this actually works perfectly as well, considering we currently have honey in the game and bees. I just think it would be amazing to see a bear interact with honey, as well as going around the rivers and finding fish. Now this would be a mob that would spawn in the mountain biomes, but more in the plateaus as opposed to the peaks. That being said, I'd love to hear your opinions of the bear. Now, like I said, I've obviously done this a ton of times in videos, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it. But I do believe this would be a great animal to bring in from the real world. Whenever you get in its territory, it would probably be neutral. It's really only going to attack you if it feels threatened. So that being said, it's not generally an aggressive mob, but definitely be careful when coming close. And if you've got food on you, especially fish, he's probably going to want to taste. And if you're not nice, I mean, you probably ought to watch out. But that being said, let me know what you think of the bear. Do we need more bears in Minecraft for the mountain biomes? Let me know in the comments down below. I promised you a new mini boss for the mountain biomes, and I am going to deliver. My friends, let me introduce you to Blizzard. This is a new Elder Guardian-like mob that would essentially protect a new structure found in the mountain biomes. Now, before we continue, I have a video coming out later this month about different ideas for the mountain biome, and this structure will appear there as well as this mob, so make sure to tune into that so that you don't miss any information about this mob. Now this is a mob that was conceptualized by Axo, who is a member of my team. Of course, always you'll find the credit for each member involved in each video down in the description below. It was designed by Nico. And that being said, this mob is essentially a mask that attaches itself to custom-built snow golems, as you can see here. And the way it would attack you is by shooting icicles, as opposed to snowballs. Now this is a very fun idea, because it's something we really haven't had since the Elder Guardian was added through the Ocean Monument. Now imagine that you're entering into the structure of this particular Blizzard mob. It puts off an effect called Frostbite, which essentially makes you freeze, and it actually hurts you unless you're wearing a specific armor, which I think is something that would be amazing. I mean, that's a great way to add progression into the game. To require a specific set of armor, perhaps emerald armor, since you find emerald in the mountains, it would allow you to survive the frostbite, which I think would be incredible. Now, in this structure, again, we'll talk a little bit more about that later in a different video. I would imagine there would be some special incentive like special ore or new blocks, but all in all, the Blizzard would be an amazing mob. Whenever you attack it, which you could do so using a projectile, probably a trident would be your best bet. Hitting it in its eye, the snow will fall and the mask will essentially be vulnerable. It'll probably have 3 different occasions where it creates the snow golem, but after that you'll basically be able to defeat the mob. I think this would be an amazing addition to the game. We obviously don't really have too many unique mobs, and the snow golem is definitely one that should be expanded on, and that is why I would love to see this mob. Now, I should mention, snow golems would actually be a minion of this boss. Whenever they're around, they would actually attack you with their snowballs, which would of course keep you in a distance because of different knockback effects and various different things that could be added to them. But that being said, let me know what you think of this mob, Blizzard. It would be a great mini boss. I would love to see this in the game. And I mean, come on, is this not very menacing? Just look at the way he looks. Oh my goodness, I would definitely love to see this added to Minecraft. Last but certainly not least, we are once again returning over to the Animals add-on in Bedrock Edition. And now this is another mob that I have showcased before. I'm including this in the video because it was the #1 suggestion from my community. I'm going to put a couple of comments up now. Thank you for your suggestion. I always appreciate when you guys help me put together these videos. That being said, if I missed your comments, I'm very sorry. I more than likely saw them, I just didn't include them due to spacing and including some of the other ideas. But that being said, let's check it out. This is, of course, the idea of an eagle. Now, this is something I personally have said should be in the game. I've done it before, in fact. but I do agree. I think eagles would be a great addition for the mountain biome. Now, as you can see here, this eagle is flying around. The way I imagine this working is that they would loop around spots that have loot, or something a little bit more incredible. Imagine that there's a dungeon underground. Sometimes it's very hard to find a dungeon. Perhaps eagles would actually circle areas that are above dungeons, which I think could be incredible. Obviously, how would they know there's a dungeon there? I know it doesn't really make sense, but still, for gameplay mechanics, I think that would be awesome. Being able to see an eagle and kind of assume that there might be a dungeon underneath would be amazing. Now, these wouldn't necessarily attack you. They would just kind of fly down every now and then and try and take something out of your hand. But I think it would be very cool if they could also pick you up and fly you up, which obviously could be an attack because technically if you weren't ready, you would be dropped and it would definitely hurt. Now, you would shift to get out of it, but essentially if you have an elytra on, you could use that to get up really high up in the sky and of course fly. And if you tame them, then maybe they'll actually never drop you. I think that would be very cool. I'd love to see eagles added to the game. I think there's definitely room for more birds, especially this one. Seeing it circle around the peaks of mountains would be incredible. But of course, let me know what you think of this mob, as well as all of the other mobs included in this video, down in the comments below. And before we go, let me know what ideas you would like to see for mountains and how they should be updated, and maybe I'll include it in my next video. That's going to be it for today's video. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a thumbs up and consider subscribing and turning on notifications so that you never miss an upload. And like I said, that's going to be it for today. My name has been System Z. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.